John Acklesame for Boating New Zealand magazine. I'm with Tim Fairhurst from Finchaser Boats. We're aboard the new Finchaser 800 HT Amphibious model. Tim, lovely day to be out on the water.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about this boat. It is the biggest to date, is that right?
Yes, so it's our biggest amphibious boat we've made year to date. It's going to be that way for a while. I'd say she's a pretty big beast, this one, but it's got all the latest sort of technology you can get, and we've pretty much enhanced all of our features from our 700, which we've had for about 8 years now. And a couple of years ago we updated that to a Gen 2 model and refined the entry and modified the transom and things like that. So we learned a lot from doing that and having that boat for a while.
Right.
And then so a lot of those we've kept those features and sort of just put them on a bigger scale, really.
So the Finchaser story sort of has been one of, you've gradually built a wider and wider range of boats.
Yeah.
And more large boats as well.
Yeah, so it started with the 430s and the 390s back in the day that were just your standard tiller steers, and
which you still see
today.
Everywhere.
Yeah, very popular boat. Yeah. And still a very popular boat to date. They're a pretty capable little rig.
Yes.
So, but yeah, here we are today, and some serious bit of technology.
Right. Now this boat, apart from its volume, which seems vast, inside and outside, it's quite a big boat, but it retains a lot of those sort of features that Finchaser's become known for, particularly the way that the deck works and the foredeck and the shear line and so on. What's the reason behind this quite unique construction method where the deck actually overhangs the hull at the bow?
The two main reasons are the dryness. It deflects a lot of water, along with the usability of the foredeck, because generally on a boat, especially trailer boats, it's a space that's not really usable, and often you find yourself up there sorting out the anchor and tangles and even dropping people off on the wharf, so it makes it a lot more practical, along with another fishing area,
Yeah, certainly on a boat like this, with large boat like this, you've got a really good casting platform up forward there, and I see you've really got a decent railing all the way around as well for safety. Yeah,
so we've got the railing about your thigh height, which is obviously a lot more comfortable than knee or shin height, and it's safe enough so you can lean against it. And we actually had 4 people up there the other day when we took the boat out and fishing along, and there's plenty of room, so
right.
Yeah.
So Tim, this is it's a big boat. You've got a pretty decent power plant on the back there. It's a 425 horsepower V10 Mercury. Now, is that chosen for a reason, or are there other options?
Yeah, so I mean, it is a heavy boat. We've just picked this one because we wanted to get optimal performance out of it for an outboard, and the Mercury V10 are one of the lightest in their class, so it makes it a great candidate, and a very nice sounding motor as well.
That's right, and lots of torque as well, which I imagine with a big heavy boat is good. So what does the boat weigh?
So she's 3.5 tonne. Tow weight you're 4.5, but generally we're delivering these boats to the customer's location, so it's not a boat that's often towed around the place.
Right, but you can offer a trailer if somebody
We can
needs
offer
one?
a trailer, yes, yeah.
Okay, which is how you got it to Raglan after all?
Yeah, brought it out to Raglan today, and because we make all the trailers in-house, with the alloy trailers, we design them to the hull of the boat, so we get sort of optimal towing performance, which makes a big difference, because a boat like this can often move you around a fair bit on the road, but it tows really well.
Sure. And I noticed that also getting the boat off the trailer was no drama at all.
Yeah, so we've got a nice ramp system there that we just drive it on, and as the boat drives on the trailer, there's a couple of skids that lift the ramp up, so
I saw that, very clever.
Works well for us.
Now, there's a couple of clever features to this boat. Can you talk to us a little bit about the anchoring system? You were saying that you've got some hydraulic rams that you're using.
Yeah, so as a lot of people know with the amphibious boats, you've got a front wheel, and it often gets in the way of the anchor. So with this one, to keep the anchor central in the front, we've made a gidgee that has gas struts on it essentially, and then when we release the pressure of the anchor, it pushes it out to clear the wheel.
Right.
And then when we bring it in, it tucks it back in nicely, so it
just pulls it back in.
Yeah, saves it sticking right out the front there.
Okay. And from a boat building point of view, I mean, are there some challenges when you're taking a boat and you're turning it into an amphibious vessel? Are there some things you need to do engineering-wise?
Yes, there's a lot more strengthening that goes into the hull, because obviously boats weren't originally designed to have wheels on them.
No, that's right.
And you've got to get optimal on-land performance when you're using the wheels, so the balance is key, along with the strengthening for the longevity.
Okay. Now this has got an Anura Amphibious system,
Yep.
an electric.
Electric system, so it gives us a bit more torque than the petrol,
Yes.
especially being able to tuck the electric motor under the seating here.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, if you go the petrol, you start becoming a much bigger unit to get the power to push a boat of this size.
And can we talk briefly about the electrical system? Because it's quite interesting. You've got a number of different voltages on the go here.
Yeah. So like you got your 12 volt and right up to 48 volt to run the electric system here, along with a 36 volt for the Minn Kota. So we've got a Scotty that converts power from any means necessary to go between 12 volt and 48 volt to keep our house and start batteries topped up.
So charging, how's that?
Charging, we get 48 volt charging through the Mercury, along with solar on the roof. So we get charging from both ends essentially. So if you're just sitting there floating around with the motor off, you're still charging. Because obviously the electric, if you've got a reasonable run to the beach access before you go fishing, you want to know you got enough to get back.
Of course.
And having the good charging helps that.
So what is the run time?
Run time's 40 minutes.
Okay.
We gave it a good run the other day, about 2.5 Ks, and we used 70% doing that in some good inclines. So that was a good test for it.
Right.
Took about 30 minutes.
And performance-wise on the water, what are we looking at? What's your top speed?
Top speed, we're sitting around that 40 knots.
Okay.
You cruise quite comfortably around that 27, 28.
Right. Out of this, we've come out here today and it's been a comfortable cruise out. I think we were doing 22, 24 knots, something like that on the way out.
Yeah,
nice and comfy. And obviously you've got the benefits of a big boat here that you've got conditions are not going to bother you too much, on a boat of this size. So there is that versatility. So I suppose the beauty of an amphibious vessel is that launching and retrieving is not a drama.
No, that's right. And obviously the bigger your boat, the harder it is to launch, especially when you get a bit of side-on wind and you get to a busy boat ramp and things like that. So being able to just drive in and carry on makes life easy for everyone. It's sort of a one-man job.
Which is exactly what you did today.
Yeah.
You arrived here with the boat on a trailer,
Yep.
Backed it off the trailer and drove it into the water.
And that's normally quite a big job for a boat of this size.
Yeah, absolutely.
And another key thing about the amphibious boats is if you're beach launching, you don't have to worry about your boat being half full of water by the time you get it off the trailer. You just nose it on out and away you go.
And no damage, trailer damage and that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's right.
Beach launch. All right, Tim, well, thanks very much. I think we should go and enjoy the day. It's a lovely day out here. We might go and see if we can catch a fish.
Sounds good.
Inside, the 800 HTWA feels spacious and premium, with generous headroom, induction cooktop, fridge, dinette and a large forward cabin with an underbed plumbed toilet, suitable for overnight trips. Fishing capability is a major strength, with wide walk-around decks, a massive casting foredeck, high bow rails, extensive rod storage, outriggers, a large lifebait tank and a deep, well-drained cockpit finished in U-deck. On the water, the hull delivers a smooth, dry ride at cruising speeds of 20 to 30 knots and remains composed offshore. Handling is enhanced by a Seakeeper Ride active trim system, while a comprehensive Simrad electronic suite supports navigation, fishing and amphibious operation. Overall, the Finchaser 800 HTWA stands out as a premium amphibious vessel, combining size, engineering, comfort and serious fishing credentials, firmly positioning it among the top options in New Zealand's growing amphibious market. John Acklesome from Boating New Zealand. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more of these videos, please subscribe to our channel.